Today's a historical day for Bitcoin, and no, I'm not talking about the possible ETF approval or even delay. I'm talking about today, 15 years ago, Satoshi Nakamoto mined the first Bitcoin block, commonly referred to as block 0 or block 1. The Genesis block contained 50 Bitcoin. So yes, happy birthday Bitcoin, and thank you very much Satoshi Nakamoto for bringing us this decentralized form of money. Because yes, Bitcoin is the money of the future, and if you don't own any Bitcoin, go down in the video description below and sign up to Bybit and buy Bitcoin exactly now. Because yes, the time is now to benefit from this decentralized form of money, and we're going to look at the charts of Bitcoin, but we're also going to look at this possibility of this ETF approval or even delay. So if you want to find out more, watch the video until the end, smash up the like button and subscribe, because yes, we're also going to look at some altcoins. Should you hold Solana or even Chainlink, or should you sell exactly now to benefit from these major new altcoins? We're going to look at the charts to find out what we could expect, but most importantly guys, welcome back to B4Crypto, and I hope you all are doing great on this historical day for Bitcoin. And yes, we're going to go deep dive into the facts of Satoshi Nakamoto, because yes, on the 3rd of January 2009, he created the first Bitcoin block and mined the first Bitcoin. And Plan B wrote, would be awesome timing for ETF approval. I don't think so, because yes, we can see that the first ever mined block from Bitcoin was inscripted from Satoshi Nakamoto, the Times, the 3rd of January 2009, Chancellor of Brink, the second bailout for banks. And now we see major banksters or fraudsters entering the crypto market and buying Bitcoin and holding it as an ETF. So I don't think the ETF should be approved today, because today is this historical day for Bitcoin. The first ever Bitcoin was mined. But guys, we're going to find out what we could expect, because yes, if we're going to go over to the next news, breaking news, Jim Cramer says on CNBC, you can't kill Bitcoin, and it's here to stay. And yes, he's reversing his position, because he was always quite bearish on Bitcoin and saying that he would never buy Bitcoin in 1,000 years. And he's also famous for the reverse Cramer indicator, because once ever he said sell Bitcoin or don't buy Bitcoin, we saw that this was exactly the bottom for Bitcoin, and we saw a major pump towards the upside. So is this giving us the indication that you should sell your Bitcoin, that we're going to get a major dump towards the downside? Maybe guys, maybe we could see a major volatility in the markets, but overall guys, Bitcoin is the money of the future, and you should definitely dollar cost average into Bitcoin, because yes, we're going to see a major pump towards the upside. But let's go over to the next news. This was the approval of the first gold ETF in November 2004, and afterwards we saw that gold went on to this major bull run. So this is also what we could expect after some manipulations from BlackRock and the major institutions like JP Morgan. But guys, overall we could expect a massive run towards the upside, and talking about a massive run towards the upside, the altcoins have just crossed the upper band of the Gaussian channel. This happened only in 2020 and 2016, followed by an altcoin season. The cross might be a little too early, as the halving would take place in April 2024. Nevertheless, the cycle is probably very similar to the cycle in 2016. And this was posted from Stock Money Lizard, so great thanks to you. And we can see that in the year 2016, we crossed this Gaussian channel, which gave us the indication that we saw a massive altcoin season and this massive pump towards the upside, leading to the all-time high. And once again, in the year 2016, we saw this cross exactly here, and we saw that we started this major altcoin season. So guys, at the moment we can see that we are crossing this Gaussian channel towards the upside, so maybe we're going to see this sideways move, but overall we could expect this massive altcoin season. And talking about major gains, let's go over to the top trading coins. We can see that SEI, Bonk, ICP, Solana, TIA and also TRB are at the moment trending. But before we're going to look at these altcoins, guys, let's go over to the chart of Bitcoin, because yes, we can see that Bitcoin had this major push towards the upside, and I told you that we're most probably going to retest the previous resistance, which will now act as support, and exactly that happened. And I also updated you in my free Telegram group that I expect that Bitcoin is going to retrace all the way back down to the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level exactly here. And we can see that it happened before. We came all the way back down exactly as I predicted, and we perfectly bounced off from the 23.6, and we came all the way back up to this major resistance point, all the way at the levels of $45,500. And yes, Bitcoin formed this lower high, and this of course gives us the indication that we're most probably going to retest the 23.6, and we can also see it perfectly lines up with the 13 EMA exactly in this major support box over the 23.6. But guys, don't be surprised if we're going to come all the way back down to the 38.2 or even all the way back down to the 50 or 61.8 level. Because yes, we could be forming this downward sloping trend before we're going to see this next major breakout. But first of all, Bitcoin has to form a double bottom that we could expect that yes, we're going to see this continuation towards the upside, and that ultimately Bitcoin is going to bounce from the 13 EMA, forming this double bottom and also W formation, that we could expect this further move towards the upside. But guys, we could expect some major volatility during this ETF launch approval or even denial phase. So don't be surprised if we're going to see a major swing towards the upside or even a fake out towards the downside. So guys, yes, we're going to look at some altcoins, but before we're going to do that, guys, smash up the like button and subscribe. This would really help the algorithm, and it also motivates me to bring you even more content. So let's go over to Link, because yes, one of my viewers asked me to do some technical analysis on Link. Is it a good time to buy, or is it a good time to sell your position to re-diversify in other altcoins? Guys, at the moment, I think if you've bought the bottom exactly here, what you can do is take out your initial investment. So if you made 100% of this move all the way up, you can take out half of your position and reinvest it into another coin. But ultimately, I expect that Chainlink has some further legs towards the upside, and that we're going to reach the 61.8 in the immediate short term, that we're going to see this consolidation and ultimately this breakout from this horizontal line and also this ascending triangle that we are forming on the weekly chart. So ultimately, my next price target for Chainlink is going to be the 61.8, all the way from the all-time high all the way to the bottom, exactly this level of $21. So this is my ultimate price target in the immediate short term. So yes, you could also invest for this move all the way from the current price movement all the way to the 61.8. This would be a move of 40%. So yes, you can buy Link on the spot market to profit from this move. And if you want to buy crypto on the spot market, go down in the video description below and sign up to Bybit, where you receive a major deposit bonus. And yes, if you're holding Solana and you're asking yourself the question, should you sell exactly here because you made this major pump towards the upside? Guys, same strategy, sell half of your position or take your initial investment out and re-diversify into other altcoins, because ultimately, guys, you know my price target for Solana is ultimately in the immediate short term, the 180 to $200 level, and after that we're going to be in price discovery mode and going to reach at least the price target of $1,000 within the next 2 years. And yes, I'm holding a lot of Solana, but guys, at the moment I'm re-diversifying all of my profits or even new capital into new altcoins. And which altcoins I'm buying at the moment, I'm going to show you exactly now. Yes, I bought ordinals exactly here at the price movement of $83, because yes, I bought ordinals way down here, but I sold all of my positions after we had this major push towards the upside. Yes, I regret selling exactly here, but guys, we could expect this major pump towards the upside for ordinals. And why? We're going to go over to CoinMarketCap, because yes, as you can see, the total supply of ordinals is exactly as for Bitcoin, 21 million. So we could see a major hype, because a lot of people missed buying Bitcoin at the low levels. So yes, maybe they're going to buy ordinals, because remember, the first ever block that was mined by Satoshi Nakamoto was also inscripted. So this is a form of ordinals exactly here. So Satoshi Nakamoto made it with the first ever block that has been mined. So maybe this is going to be a major hype within the next bull season. Yes, we're going to see the major hype and this major adoption through the Bitcoin ETF. And a lot of people would think that the price of Bitcoin is way too high, so they're rather going to buy ordinals. So I expect that yes, we're going to see a major pump towards the upside. And we're also going to look at the news, because it's clear if we go over to this news article, ORDI price prediction 2024. Will ORDI price rise to $1,000? We're going to go all the way down to find out what we could expect. Because yes, the BRC20 market is poised for significant growth in the coming month, with potential sustainable increase on the horizon. The current trend suggests the possibilities of noteworthy multiplication in the price of BRC20 token. In our projection, the ORDI token could reach 1,000 to 2,000 if the present rate growth continues. So yes, this is a major prediction, guys, and we could see that the price of ORDI is going to see a major pump towards the upside. If we're just going to reach the level of $1,000 from the current price, we could see this pump all the way up, and this would be a pump of 1,285%. So yes, I'm definitely dollar cost averaging into ORDI, because I think that we're going to get this hype for ordinals and Bitcoin and the major adoption for the Bitcoin ETF. So maybe we're going to see this correction all the way back down to this previous resistance, which will now act as support. But guys, I'm definitely going to dollar cost average. I'm not going to wait for any dump. I'm just going to add if we're going to come even lower, because yes, I expect this massive pump towards the upside. And talking about this massive pump, we're going to look at a new coin that maybe has a major potential in this next major bull run. And yes, we're talking about 𝗍. 𝗍 leads the top cryptocurrency gainers with a 23% pump. So we're going to look at this project 𝗍. It was launched at the end of last year, and we could see this major push towards the upside. Then we had the sideways consolidation, but now we're seeing that this coin broke its previous high, and at the moment we are in price discovery mode. So yes, maybe we're going to come down a little bit more, but overall we could expect this bullish move towards the upside. And yes guys, I'm going to do a dedicated video about 𝗍, because 𝗍 is a layer 1 coin, and it's actually just like Ethereum, but they're specializing on parallelism. And parallelism means that yes, at the moment Ethereum can only work on one contract or even on one execution at a time. So 𝗍 would work in parallels. I'm definitely dollar cost averaging into 𝗍, because yes, I'm extremely bullish on 𝗍, but I'm going to do a dedicated video about 𝗍 so that you know exactly what 𝗍 is and why it has this major potential in the next bull cycle. So yes guys, ultimately we could expect some major volatility within the markets. We're seeing that Bitcoin is at the moment retesting this major resistance zone, so we could expect that yes, we're going to come all the way back down to the 38.2, expect some major volatility, maybe even this price swing all the way back down to this previous breakout point. But yes, make sure to dollar cost average into Bitcoin, because yes, we might see some major volatility, but overall we could expect this massive bull run for Bitcoin. Bitcoin is the money of the future, and it's decentralized, and it's the money for the people. Make sure to be for crypto, smash up the like button and subscribe, and we see each other in the next video.